WLNS is with 6 News at 5.
The presidential candidates are making a final stand in the battleground states with 5 days to go, and it is our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones. Former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are headed out west as they push for votes in all of the key states. Natalie Brand is here for you with more from the campaign trail.
Former President Donald Trump arrived in Albuquerque, New Mexico, a state his campaign believes is closer than polls show.
So I'm here for one simple reason. I like you very much, and it's good for my credentials with the Hispanic or Latino community.
Both Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris are focusing on western states today, holding dueling events in Arizona and Nevada. Before leaving Wisconsin, Harris criticized this remark from Trump during his Green Bay rally Wednesday night.
I'm going to do it whether the women like it or not. I'm going to protect them.
It actually is, I think, very offensive. And this is just the latest on a series of reveals by the former president of how he thinks about women.
CBS News polling shows Harris currently holding a 12-point lead over Trump with women voters nationally.
I don't think he's presidential at all.
Josephine Lawley, who voted for Trump in 2016, calls it a big mistake. She and her husband were among those lined up to hear Governor Tim Walz speak at a union hall in Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
I'll say it as nice as I can. He's despicable, arrogant, nasty. I just don't like him, period.
Not far away in Bensalem, supporters of the former president shopping at a store dedicated to him say they're voting for Trump's policies.
You know, he's very bombastic. You don't have to like his personality, but I think you really need to sort the issues out and ask the question, were you better when President Trump was in office?
When Trump came in, we heard what Trump said and what he did. He did what he said he was going to do.
The political divide within this key Philadelphia suburb on full display at nearly every street corner in a state that could ultimately decide the election. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Meanwhile, both presidential candidates continue to prioritize Michigan. VP Harris will be in our state on Sunday, the final day of early in-person voting. Her campaign hasn't said when or where she will be that day, but we will keep you updated when we learn more details. Her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, will blitz through our state tomorrow for 3 planned visits. He'll start his trip in Detroit, then head to Flint for an afternoon campaign rally. From there, Governor Walz is expected to deliver remarks in Traverse City. Now, on the other side of the ticket, former President Donald Trump will also be here tomorrow afternoon. He'll deliver remarks at a rally at Macomb Community College in Warren. And his running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, will be in Michigan tomorrow as well, speaking at a rally in Portage at 1 o'clock. Although the presidential debate between former President Trump and VP Harris was back in September, a high school in mid-Michigan was inspired to host their own debate today to get them more involved with the world around them. Taryn Simmons was there at the school, and she shares some of the topics the students discussed. Taryn?
Sherry, each student was able to choose from one of the 3 political parties, go up to the podium and debate whether their classmates should vote for their candidate. Some of the topics were immigration, abortion, the economy, and foreign policy. The debate is to prepare the students for their mock election on November 4th, and many of them believe that getting them into politics at a young age will prepare them for the future.
I think it's important for non-adults, young adults, to begin to learn, to take civics classes, to be more engaged with politics.
I think it is really important, especially in high school. Even if right now they don't necessarily pertain to us, these are going to be things that have a lot more power over our lives and how we get to live.
Amelia Ernst and Landon Martinez are just 2 of the 12 students participating in a mock debate at Holt High School this afternoon. Ernst, a junior, chose the Green Party, a group that stands for environmentalism, something she believes align with her political views.
Keeping the world green, like fighting against global warming, fighting against stopping wars, and just generally making the world a more peaceful place.
She says it took them a few weeks to prepare. Martinez, a senior, is a part of the Democratic Party, and his topic of debate is on foreign diplomacy.
Wars, NATO, the Israel-Palestinian conflict, the Gaza conflict.
Their U.S. teacher says although the kids can't vote, this project teaches them an important responsibility, which is to vote.
But if you can get them excited about it at this age, politics, government, right, the role of government in society, the issues that we're all talking about on a day-to-day basis in this country, then they're way more likely to be active citizens when they come out of high school.
The students' mock election will be on November 4th. Sherry, back to you.
All right, thank you, Taryn, and be sure to stay with 6 News on air, online at WLNS.com, and on our free 6 News app, because we are your local election headquarters. And as we make those last-minute preparations for Halloween, we all want to know if the weather is going to cooperate. Chief Meteorologist David Young joins us now live outside our studios tonight. So, David, will the kids stay dry tonight?
Yeah, Sherry, I think they will stay dry for the evening hours. Sunshine is actually coming back out now, so overall things are beginning to improve across the area. But as we head through the next several hours, we're going to have a lot of wind around as well, so it will be windy for the trick-or-treaters, but overall things are really not in that bad a shape. As we talk weather, again, overall, we're not looking too bad. We've got a mix of clouds and sunshine out here, and it is still mild. I got my jacket on because I know temperatures are going to begin to drop. I stopped by earlier today, Great Lakes Center Rheumatology, and they share this image with me. Everyone getting in the holiday spirit for Halloween. They had the Shrek theme going. I don't see Donkey there, but we got a lot of the characters from Shrek. Very nice job to all those at Great Lakes Center of Rheumatology today. High temperature trend, much cooler tomorrow. Highs in the low 50s, so you will notice a huge difference out there, but overall, again, not looking too bad. Does get warmer early next week before another big cool down late next week. Our satellite and radar, notice we've got showers exiting to the east, drier weather's moving in from the west. Notice the western UP. How about little snow for Halloween? Thankfully, that is not in our forecast. So we look at precision cast for this evening. Cold front will exit to our east, and by tomorrow morning, we'll have probably still mostly cloudy skies, but then as we progress through the day, we'll begin to break into some sunshine late in the afternoon, and that should get us back into low 50s for highs. Moving into Sunday, or Saturday, I should say, we've got fairly quiet weather for Saturday, lots of sunshine, but to our southwest, you can see some showers gathering. That will return to mid-Michigan as we head into Sunday with a good chance for rainfall. Temperatures this afternoon, now notice to the east, see those yellows over towards Detroit, that's the last of the 70s. We're now in the 60s and we'll fall fairly quickly over the next several hours. Skyview Network, notice on the McLaren cam, you can see some sunshine up there, and I can testify to that. There's kind of partly cloudy skies out here. We're still at 67 degrees. The high today, though, made it into the low 70s and winds gusted over 30 miles per hour. Rainfall totals were all very light. As you see on the Grand Ledge cam, 1/100th of an inch, that was it. Wind gust 37 miles per hour, and our current temperature at 67. So we head further south into Jackson County. You can see the clouds trying to break up. Our current temperature at 65 degrees after a high today of 70, and our wind gusts up to 43 miles per hour. It was quite windy out there. Final stop on the Hillsdale cam, where we've got still mostly cloudy skies. Rainfall total a little bit higher than others, 500ths of an inch. Current temperature at 64 with a high today up to 69 degrees. Forecast-wise for tonight, 42 the overnight low, so it's going to get colder out there, mostly cloudy skies. Then as we head into tomorrow, we'll start out with some cloud cover. It'll start to break up in the afternoon, but high temperatures only near 52 degrees, so we're getting back closer to where we should be for this time of the year. The 6-day forecast as we head through the weekend, notice on Sunday rain chances go up. That sticks around Monday and into Tuesday, and then things begin to dry out by Wednesday, at least briefly, because late next week, storm system, it may try to stall in the region. If it does, we'll have to extend the rain chances into Saturday, and sure, there could be a snowflake in there, but don't worry, no accumulations. More importantly, though, the temperatures are getting back to where they should be for this time of the year. As far as the changes coming up ahead, record warmth, that was yesterday and today. The gusty winds continue, but the rain is moving out this evening, so good news there. As we head into tonight, I would expect trick-or-treaters will have a great time. You don't want to dress anything too warmly out there, but just keep in mind that winds will be gusty, and probably by the end of trick-or-treat time, we're in the 50s, so it'll start to feel a little bit cooler outside.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, David. And you may have noticed that the temperatures are starting to cool off, and that means that kids across mid-Michigan are going to need some clothes to help keep themselves warm. And we're asking if you can help make that happen. It's time for our annual Coats for the Community Drive, and that's where we team up with Cristo Rey Community Center and other local partners to help make people get them through the winter, actually. And it's not just coats. If you've got some hats, some scarves, gloves, or any other winter clothing, you can drop it off here at the station at Cristo Rey Ray Carpet Studio in Okemos, your local Barry Amos Cleaners, or one of 3 Shaheen Automotive locations. Coats for the Community was actually supposed to end today, but it's been extended through November 15th. And it's just one more way that 6 News is here for you.